Everyone, welcome back to Through the Cow. I'm Clinton, joined by the lovely Debs, back again for another one. How are you doing, Debs? How's your day been? How's your week been so far?
Not too bad. Um, I did some more jogging yesterday because
Cool,
I've been
cool.
doing the park run, but not running the park run.
Yeah.
I've been speed walking the park run because I'm just not confident enough to jog in public.
Okay.
And so, because I haven't actually gone for a while,
Yeah,
right? I've
yeah,
only been walking every day. So I've been doing some more jogging on the treadmill in the hope that this Saturday I'll get the courage to
yeah.
just go a little bit quicker. Um, and actually, before I know, and actually before I joined you,
Yeah.
um, so you know Louis, Emma's Louis,
Yeah, yeah. One of the most handsome men in Dorset.
he
Yeah.
yeah, he recommended like a hypnotherapist guy.
Okay.
So I still don't drive outside of Bournemouth on
Yeah,
my own.
yeah,
Like I can poot around and live my life in
yeah,
Bournemouth, like
yeah.
fine, but
Yeah,
anything outside of that, I still have real like
yeah,
issues with.
yeah.
And so he recommended it. I don't know what he saw him for, but he said he was really good. So I've been chatting to him the last couple of days. And yeah, so I booked in. It's not until the middle of March
Okay.
because
Yeah,
my
man.
time's at work
Yeah, yeah.
when he's free on Saturdays. Um, yeah, so I'm happy that I've kind of at least made the step.
Yeah, that's good. That's great.
And
That's
we'll be
great.
very interested to see how it goes.
Yeah, next thing you know, you'll be like Southampton, Gosport, Birmingham. Then a then a trip to then a trip to Paris. Oh, that's good.
I
That's
know,
amazing.
I've got to apologise to my internet connection.
That's all right. That's good. That's great news. Um,
Yeah, I was.
what have I been doing? What have I been doing? Just working. Just oh,
Oh,
I've been traveling back and forth a
well,
lot.
you also had.
Huh? That
Oh,
that is true. Oh yeah, it was half
well, we
term.
suffered the same fate.
Yeah,
It
it's
was half term,
yeah.
but we both lost football on Saturday.
It was it
And I
was
know that because my mate who I go with
yeah
is also an Arsenal fan and
yeah
spent, and this is me watching the game. Oh, this game is shit, but I'm still watching it because
yeah.
I've paid to be here. This is constantly refreshing
Yeah,
Sky Sport for the Arsenal support.
yeah. It is.
I
It
was
is.
like, you're not going to make it happen, dude.
I know. It is like what Patrick Evra said. Watching Arsenal is like waiting for a new season on Netflix. Right. All right. Yeah, it'll be the next one. The next one will be better. It's-
I mean,
That's
the
what
constant optimism is quite sweet, but
yeah. It's been 20 years now.
oh, I know. I don't think it's going to be your year either.
No. The fact that Liverpool,
You're
well,
close. You'll be there.
yeah,
But, uh,
yeah. I'm okay with Liverpool winning it. As long as it's not Man U or Tottenham, it's fine.
yeah, Liverpool haven't won it for ages, right?
Uh, what, 6 years? 7 years?
Or did they last year?
No, 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 they didn't win last year. It's been a few years since they
He
won.
still won, right?
Huh? Yeah, it's been a few years since Liverpool won it.
I think it's been a few years, so I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, as a neutral, it's nice to see somebody else winning it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Let the cop have it because they're also like deadly enemies of Manchester United, so it's fine. So I can live with that.
Yes, and we also lost last night to Brighton.
You
Yeah.
know, well, Brighton have been playing pretty damn well. So, all right. So, no innuendo game today because
I know.
I think this one is going to be quite a long one because what we're going to do is top three,
Oh, okay.
and top three this week is
Yes.
Michael Douglas. Now,
What? great one.
With him, I didn't realize, or I hadn't really thought about it. Like, I think a lot of his movies started a lot of like male-driven fantasies for years because he was involved in some
Yeah.
films with some of the most beautiful women ever, and they were like had scenarios that were just super sexy. So, so I think, yeah,
Yeah.
he's lived a great life, and
I mean,
he's like,
he was like prime time.
yeah,
He was the man for
yeah,
like 20 years.
yeah. He wasn't excessively jacked or anything like that. He just had a charm. He had a nice charm about him.
Yeah, he didn't need to be. And
Yeah,
he was quite short.
yeah,
And it didn't matter,
yeah.
you know?
I feel like when it comes to like his movies, I think a lot of his movies could have been shot in black and white. I feel like he had a very noir feel about him and his movies. So I feel like they had that crossover between older like 70s, 60s, 50s movies. He sort of bridged that gap, and you were just watching everything about him. I feel like, yeah. Did you get any of that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like yeah, I
I
did.
did. I did, but you frozen on my screen.
Oh, okay. But you heard what I was saying, right?
It could have been worse.
Okay. Good. All right. So going back to, like I said, I think his films were just he played a great detective and those sort of roles. He was,
He was so believable.
yeah,
There was such a an honesty there.
yeah. Yeah.
You know?
So like, some of his films, like obviously my top three could easily, no, apparently, no, they couldn't move around. My top one can't move, but the other ones could have been moved around a little bit.
So I was always going to have, I've actually got two for my number one, but they
Okay.
go together. So, that's
All right.
allowed.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And my sisters immediately know what those are.
Okay.
I feel like my two and three
Yeah.
really could have been any of the other honorable
Yeah. Yeah.
mentions.
That is true. That is very true.
It was
I don't
quite
think I have that many
hard.
honorable mentions, but
Yeah,
I have a few. I have a few. So, do you want to go with your number three
I
first?
have. Yeah. Okay. And I think if either of us have got the same, we can pick another one.
Okay. Cool. So, your
Okay.
number three?
So I've gone my number three.
Hmm.
And again, I think this is based on not necessarily how many times I've watched it,
Yeah.
but the impact that some of the scenes had.
Okay.
Um, and so I have gone for the classic
Yeah.
Fatal Attraction.
Okay. That is in my honorable mentions. High in my honorable mentions.
Good.
What? What a thriller. What a movie. Like, Glenn Close
Yeah.
literally acted her ass off.
Yeah, to be fair, it probably would have been one of her top ones if we'd have done. He's just in it. He just
Yeah.
happens to be in it.
Because like she's not your everyday typical, like when you think, gorgeous actresses, she's not exactly what you'd say, like you'd pick her out of a lineup.
No, she's not classically. Yeah.
But she in that movie, she had this obviously that presence, that sort of like that energy. So,
Yeah. There's a definite intensity to her. She threw that out in this.
yeah,
Like,
and I found that with a lot of his movies, that
funny scene, like, come on, shower scene.
yeah, yeah, the initial hookup as well. He did like find himself in a lot of films
Yeah,
with those
exactly.
femme.
There was so many bits of it that I think,
Yeah, he did find himself like locked in the movie with those femme fatales. Did I just freeze on your screen again?
Yeah, I think it's got a secret thing. Yeah, yeah, I know. I just trying to find the gap between when you're talking and you don't think I'm talking. I'm gonna reset it after this for next time. I think that's got to be it. But yeah, I think everybody knows the scenes.
Mm,
It's kind of, I had to be in there somewhere.
yeah, even like, but then when you think about the film itself, how it all unfolded, and then how it ended, it's kind of like you weren't the good guy. It wasn't exactly.
No,
It
no,
wasn't.
could
It wasn't exactly like.
have done.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. You're not, the way it ended is like you guys are not heroes. It wasn't exactly self-defense. You did kind of push this. Obviously, her mental health is one thing, but you did kind of
No.
push her to the edge.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a little bit to be said there for, leading someone on.
Yeah. Although when you do watch the film, she is not like she didn't know what was happening in the beginning at the first scene.
No.
She
But
was,
I think something cool that was like it can show how very quickly feelings and that intenseness can get out of control.
yeah. As someone who had a stalker once, I can understand that. Luckily, she wasn't violent,
Oh God.
but she did turn up
Yeah.
a lot, a lot randomly. So yeah, great choice. Fatal Attraction is one of
Did
those
you have to
films.
get a restraining order?
Almost did. Yeah. Luckily, she took the last warning and took her leave. 'Cause I was putting my evidence to take to the police at the time as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not good. Again, that unhealthy obsession.
yeah.
In certain people, it will absolutely fall over the wrong way.
Yeah. And remember, she did mention that all her sort of previous partners would just sort of disappear, and she'll never hear from them again. And obviously, I didn't sort of think about it. Obviously, if going forward, if I was single again and someone said to her, "Yeah, all my exes disappear," I'll be like, "Okay, bye, I'm off." That's not for me. That's not for me. Because that can only go one way.
It's like just trying to warn you.
Yeah. All right. So great choice. So my number three, another classic, birthed the scene that every man wanted to potentially be part of. Um, or going for Basic Instinct. Basic Instinct for me is just
Nice.
the,
Do you
the
know what? I actually watched the scene on Gogglebox
yeah.
the other day. So it was funny. It was the celebs as well. It wasn't even the regular people. And they were
Yeah.
like, oh,
It's not like you can see. It's not like you can actually see anything.
can you imagine the amount of times it would
Yeah.
have, no, I'm sure it's digitized or whatever, but
Yeah.
there is where you're just like, oh,
Can you? Is it? Is that
she
it?
was a badass boss bitch.
Yeah. Like I said, a lot
How
of
many times do you honestly think that film has been paused?
um probably if it's on DVD, I think that movie's been paused so many times that it now skips.
Exactly.
I can't think of anyone any
Oh, I
man who
love it.
hasn't thought to themselves they'd want to be in a meeting or something like that, and the the boss lady suddenly does that, and
She's banging and looks like Sharon Stone.
oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, it has to be the right boss.
Yes. Do you know what? I don't. It's weird because again, it's one of those films you immediately think of for
Yeah,
him,
yeah,
and for Sharon Stone.
yeah,
Iconic moment. one of the most well-known moments in movie history.
Yeah.
I honestly couldn't really tell you what else happens in the film.
Well, it's
I
kind of
haven't
like,
seen it for so long.
it's kind of like based around, obviously she's a writer, and it sort of like follows almost like her book to the T. And then there's a lot of
Right. And is that you heard of someone at the beginning,
with
or
the
is
ice
it her?
with the ice pick. Yeah, I think the directors would think about what they were doing, and they'd be like, oh, if we do it like this, someone will say, oh, that wouldn't make sense, and they sort of like preempted.
Yeah. I also feel like we were luckier back then because people wanted to make different movies.
Yeah,
Now there's a lot of regurgitation of ideas and,
yeah,
reusing of stuff. So, yeah.
yeah, and it was a time when things have changed now, but it was a time where you could actually cast actual good-looking people to play a role, and it could have the correct, no, I wouldn't say correct, but the right gender dynamics to make the roles work.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't have some of the people that they choose for movies today try and do that role and make it believable. Some of the people who get chosen for
Hmm.
roles, some of the
Hmm.
people get chosen for roles today, they'd try and do that scene, and everyone will be like the scene from like Ace Ventura, and everyone's like, so
Two.
number
Number
two.
two.
Yeah,
My number two, and again, it's one that I always think of when I think of him, but it's also because sometimes I feel like I could be the person, especially with the road rage that I experience on a daily basis with
we've got
fucking
we've got the same
shit
we've got the same
drivers.
we've got the same movie.
And number two,
Yeah.
oh, that's good, that's good. The rage. I'm sure will tip me over the edge one day.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you also have Falling Down.
Absolutely, I do.
It's the type of movie where I think as you get older, you more and more understand this movie and become this character. I
Yeah, I
feel
think
like
when I
him.
was younger,
Yeah,
sorry, I think when I was younger, I was scared of what he became.
yeah,
And now I'm like, that could easily fucking happen. I'm not
yeah,
scared. Bring it on.
yeah. Oh yeah. Like every time I come to London, I feel like him.
I would in London.
Like
Fucking hell.
I say to myself, like I always say to people, I feel like London's a social experiment. That is the social experiment. Because I'm telling you, if it keeps getting worse with money and bills and housing and all sorts of stuff, so many people like him are gonna arrive. And it was just such a well put together movie. And I think
Oh my God.
unfortunately there are gonna be over the next 5, 10 years, there will be so many more of him.
Yeah. Like I say, it was weird. I think when you're younger, because you can't imagine, you're not in those situations because you're not driving and you don't have a job and you're
Yeah.
not late for something and things. So you're not in it.
Yeah, you
Um,
haven't felt divorce
but
yet.
it's
You haven't.
so you can see, yeah, you could see how fucking easy it would be
Yeah.
just to lose it.
Yeah. And obviously nowadays they'll say like, oh yeah, he shouldn't be that pissed off because he's a white guy. Reasonably got stuff going all right for him. He shouldn't be that pissed off. I don't think it shouldn't. When you look at that movie, it's not even going to be. It's not a race thing. It's just a circumstance thing. And I think
Totally,
anyone,
totally.
anyone can find
Yeah.
that person inside them. Stuck in traffic to trying to get some food, and the food doesn't even come out like what you want it to be.
It's just one on top of the other on top of the other, right?
Yeah. And other selfish people around you who don't have any courtesy just keep jabbing you and jabbing you and jabbing you,
Yeah.
so
When Usa just
yeah,
isn't going to fucking cut
and
it.
it worked. How many times I've been driving before and I just want to like someone's in my way and I just want to drive up the back of them and just push them forward. Like just get going.
Oh, like a good ram.
Yeah,
Get some whiplash going
yeah.
on for the.
Then you watch films like Drive Angry or what's the other one when they have a big massive scoop on the front of their car, you just drive in the back of someone and flip them over the top, like in battled, like in Robot Wars.
Oh my God, yeah. It.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
But then obviously
Pretty
my
sure.
obviously one of my favorite I won't say he's not a hero, but one of my favorite like sort of superpowers I always said is the powers of Magneto from X-Men. So obviously I can control having to be able to control metal and stuff like that. Just driving along would be great. We just like lift someone's car out of the way and just
Mm.
move, just move, just move, just move. I've got to get and as I go past each speed camera, they just rip out the ground. Yeah, so great choice. Falling down for me, 100% right up there.
Brilliant.
Now, because we're on a bit of a roll, I'm wondering because you mentioned something. I'm wondering if you've got the same number one
Oh,
slash two.
okay.
Because
Mine are linked. They
yeah,
are like a part one and they are one and two.
yeah, mine are linked as
Oh my
well.
God. Okay, they're very old.
They're very old. I have them on DVD right here.
Oh, okay.
If they're the same film,
Oh my God, this will be mad if you have. Is it does it involve Jack Colton?
Jack Colton. I think he's in it. Does it involve Danny DeVito? Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah,
Jack Colton's his character.
yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, Jack Colton. Yeah, Jack Colton and Kathleen Turner. Do we have R
God,
Romance in the Stone and Jewel of the Nile?
yeah. God, I wouldn't have thought that you would have known those.
Oh my God, they are some of my favorite films. I absolutely love them. I watched them what
I
a
can't
couple
believe
times.
you've got my name.
I think I watch them a couple times a year. Sometimes I just get in the mood to
My
just
sister is going to be so impressed.
yeah yeah. Sometimes I just get in the mood to watch them, and I just watch them.
Oh,
And now no, I won't just watch
again,
one.
they're
I'd always watch them back to back.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Oh,
they were
yeah.
so
Because first her sister's been kidnapped, and then she gets kidnapped.
yeah, yeah. And then it's just like it's like almost like a Indiana Jones mixed with Sex and the City mixed
Yeah,
with
yeah. Rom-com,
rom-com
action adventure.
mixed with James Bond. It was kind of like they had like typical Bond villains in it.
They are
Danny,
so much fun.
yeah, Danny DeVito was great in it. I don't know how. Well,
Yeah, it
obviously,
was like his little bestie, wasn't it?
yeah. No, he wasn't. Danny DeVito was kind of like against them. He's trying to get the map, and he's working with.
Oh,
He's working with the
okay.
guy Ira, isn't he?
Oh, yes.
And back then, obviously, they're always using phone booths to make phone calls, which was hilarious.
If that was our lives now,
Yeah.
drive to find a phone box.
That's clean enough to use.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, those two films for
Mm.
me, like I said, I love them. They're not even like just the fact that they're Michael Douglas movies. They are actually up there in my movie top 100 personally.
They're so good.
Yeah,
It's such a lovely rounded, there's not too much romance, there's not too much comedy, there's not too much like it was just there's such I don't know that and they instantly make us smile, right?
yeah, yeah.
When we think about it.
And like, even from like the beginning, when
And I
she's
haven't
like,
watched it for like 20 years.
"Oh, really?" Oh. Yeah, because like when they arrive in Colombia, it
I
just
do it
seems like
every year.
hot and sticky, and she has to get on that little bus in her proper prim and proper outfit.
Oh, I know. She's got such a lovely dress in one of them, though.
Yeah,
Oh, they're so cute together. They are very cute. And again, this is going to sound terrible for short people, but she's taller than him on the
yeah,
whole, right?
yeah,
And so people shouldn't have like, yeah, I feel like he really held it up for
yeah,
the
yeah.
shorter guy.
I feel like I want to watch those films
Awesome.
tonight because they're just like they bring me joy. They are a true 80s classic. And the thing is,
I know, I might see if I can find them on Prime or something this weekend.
yeah. And what's great about them is obviously when they did it, came out at the time. We don't really get movies like that now, but it came out 1980, I think 1984 and 85 back to back. So people,
84 and 85, yeah.
yeah, so people only had like a year to wait for the
We
next one.
were five.
I was
I
two.
was five. I watched it then, but we watched it when we were teenagers.
Yeah,
And so
on ITV on like a bank holiday.
sometimes I wonder how, like, does our parents get us into it?
I think what happened is these films always used to come on like say like sometimes on a Saturday, or they'll come on a like bank holiday weekend or back or Christmas Easter holidays. So they'd be on at some point, and obviously back then
Yeah.
we only had terrestrial channels, so we ended up watching them. So
Crazy. I'm so close a part of our life, though. I
yeah.
love that we got the same ones.
Go to bed watching Romancing the Stone.
Yeah. Well, no, you need to wait for Genevieve to be older.
Yeah, before she sort of gets into it. Now she's just fully immersed in
Yeah,
the
show her through old school chivalry when she's a little bit older.
yeah, she's literally immersed herself into like Marvel now and like the Batman because like I she has this Batman hoodie, a little one herself. And then I've got Batman dressing gown and stuff like that. So when she puts a hoodie on, she always wants me to put my dressing gown on. And then she's like saying, we need to get one for mummy because so then we can be the Bat
Oh,
family. She actually uses the word, she was sat there, she's like, and then we could be Bat family.
so,
And I'm like,
oh, yeah, get her a girl one.
how do you know about the Bat family?
Tell me you haven't read it yet.
Yeah. My little protege knows about the Bat family. I've
Not too
never,
dark even for some of us.
yeah, I didn't even mention this to you yet.
She's sitting there, graphic novels.
Yeah. So Barbara Gordon yesterday and Huntress, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and so Batwoman is Cassandra Cain. Yeah, super proud of her, super proud. But yeah, number
Oh,
one,
that's
Romance and
lovely.
Stone, Jewel of the Nile, fantastic movies. So I want to know everyone
Yeah.
else's top three Michael Douglas movies, but let's go jump into some honorable mentions. So one of mine you've already mentioned,
Oh, yeah.
Favorite Attraction. I
Yeah. And obviously, I had Basic Instincts as mine.
yeah, I also had Wall Street,
Same. Yeah. Even though we
Disclosure.
didn't get the fucking cover the other week.
Yeah, yeah. Disclosure, which was
Oh my
again,
God. I even mentioned to my sister, Demi Moore,
yeah,
banging again.
yeah,
Like,
another femme fatale movie
yeah.
that he's in. Great story, just like
Yeah.
him getting obviously getting caught up in another situation again.
I know. I bet he was like, oh no, not
Yeah,
another one.
yeah. It just keeps happening. They just can't keep their hands off me. And then, and his wife's like, and he's like, goes to his wife, oh, come on, look. What did you expect me to do?
Yeah, I mean, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I had Disclosure. And then my last one I had was Las Vegas. There's loads of other ones, but I had Las Vegas. So I had to look at the ones which I would watch over and over, and Las Vegas is right. That one cracks me up.
Yeah, I also had Las Vegas. So I've got three that I've seen a few times and were all really good. So another super old school,
Yeah.
War of the Roses.
Oh yeah.
I
I
feel like
don't
you would
think
have seen.
I
Yeah.
don't think I've seen that. But
Oh, dude, you should do it.
yeah.
Oh, what a tickly eye. So yeah, War of the Roses. Try and
Mhm.
find it and watch it. Black Rain.
Yeah.
I love him on the cover of that as well. He looks
Yeah.
so funny. Traffic.
Oh yeah.
I had The Game.
I haven't seen the game.
A Perfect Murder.
Oh yeah. That's the one the cover where they had like the knife. Yeah. I know. I'm guessing.
The American President.
Hmm. And I'm guessing you put Ant-Man in there, didn't you? Did you?
I put Dr. Hank Pym
Okay. Yeah.
rather than naming the movie. I've given him the character nod,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
which I thought was fair.
All right. So, have you been watching anything? Have you seen any movies lately?
I have. So,
Yeah.
I went to the cinema to watch
Hmm.
the new Captain America.
Yeah. Me too. What did you think?
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
I don't know what people.
I fucking loved his wings.
Yeah.
His wings were amazing.
Yeah. Vibranium.
I thought Harrison Ford was brilliant as
Yeah.
Red Hulk.
Yeah. He really took over that role really well.
I love the fact, yeah, really good. I like the fact that he thought he was trying to keep it under wraps, like,
Yeah.
he didn't want to be
Yeah.
the brain guy to keep it under wraps, but he
Yeah.
was actually doing the opposite.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I thought Mackie was good. He's lovely. I love him
Yeah.
anyway. I think it was right that he had a bit of a crisis of confidence and was like, oh my God, I'm not Steve Rogers. And then
Yeah.
Bucky, good old Bucks, was like,
Yeah.
you're you.
Yeah.
That's why he chose you.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah.
not too cheesy.
There was a lot of like different stories going on once where it wasn't really concentrated so much about, I feel, Anthony Mackie's Captain America, but I feel like they're using his film to sort of tie up a lot of the loose ends that's happening around in the MCU at the moment. So they touched on a lot of points, like obviously the Celestial in the middle of the ocean. They're getting adamantium from him, so this is how they're probably going to
Yeah.
introduce characters like Wolverine or Miss Deathstrike.
Oh, I was like, how do you him like it's new?
Yeah, I know. But then it could be because this universe might not have had it.
I did think that's a bit odd.
Yeah. So this might be
Right, I get
introduced
that,
into
I
this
guess. Yeah.
universe. And then obviously that when the two worlds collide, say like
Yeah.
where like Secret Wars or all those sort of things sort of come together, other worlds would have
Mm.
had adamantium a long time ago and know how to refine it. Where it could be just now in the MCU and no one knows how to use it
Yeah.
properly. So there's a
Yeah. And I think obviously they were hinting that they're going to get the Avengers back together.
yeah,
And I'm pretty sure that's why. I know some, on the one hand, people were saying, oh, they didn't let Mackie be the main thing
yeah,
enough.
mm,
Maybe they didn't feel he could take it. But I quite liked it because it was still just an introduction to him.
yeah,
It's new for him. He's
yeah,
gonna have some teething problems. I loved his little
yeah,
wings things that
yeah,
went and saw stuff and
right,
helped him.
yeah,
Yeah, I didn't feel like they didn't trust and believe that he could do it.
yeah,
I just thought, well, this is an introductory movie. It's
yeah.
chance settle in,
Yeah,
then he's going to be the one that brings them all back together.
yeah. Introduction to him, introduction to the audience of this version of Captain America. Especially people
Ooh.
who probably didn't read the comics, who don't understand that he actually did become Captain America in a similar way. Yes, Bucky did as well at some point, but
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense to the story for Bucky to become the new Captain America. It made sense for Sam to be
No.
Captain
I
America.
like that they had him in it because again,
Yeah,
he's kind of like Captain Bezzy, wasn't he? But
yeah. And in a couple months, he's going to be
mm,
in another movie
I'm
anyway.
so glad he's kept his wings.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, in a couple of months, Sebastian Stan Bucky's
Yes,
gonna
yeah.
be Thunderbolts anyway. So yeah, I don't know why he got so much. Why people, I understand why he got a lot of hate because of people just don't understand, and especially across America where people are very like, he doesn't look like me. So or things that he said in about Captain America, which they're not detrimental. It's just the truth, So
No, he was bigging him up. He could fill his shoes.
yeah, and the fact that he's still human, which makes give him some slack. He hasn't got any super soldier serum or nothing, so it's going to be tougher for him.
Yeah, I know.
But
When he was like, God, I wish I'd have just fucking taken it.
yeah, especially in the opening scene when he gets his rib broken or whatever, you know what I mean? And then he gets like
Oh,
stabbed a few
yeah,
times.
yeah.
It's a
Oh, I
great,
enjoyed it.
yeah, I think it's a good induction. He was very slick. I like the way he was when he was in and out of the suit. You know,
And I like his little like Sergio, whatever his name was, his
oh
little sidekick.
yeah, what's his name? He becomes the new Falcon, and that's also in the comics. You know, I can't remember his name right now, but yeah, he becomes Falcon in the
I know
comics.
me
So,
neither, but he was really cute.
yeah, and that's all part in the comics. It's comic lore, so people need to either get on board with it or just like leave it alone. But yeah, I'm interested to see who the new group of Avengers will be. I have a few rough ideas who I would put in the team, but it's going to be interesting, especially to have superpowered in the right superpowered individuals to carry out
Yeah, and
all
why
the,
not? Give
all the
it a
things
go. We've
that
had
need to be done.
Suicide Squad, so let's have Marvel's version.
Yeah. So, have you watched anything else?
Yes. I've been watching Criminal Minds from the start, and I absolutely love it. I'm now halfway through season 4.
Yeah.
So they're my new family that I watch almost every day. Um, I did the first 3 episodes that were available for Reacher
Yeah.
because he's
I
lovely.
I can't do it yet. I've been giving myself time because I know what happened. I can't binge it yet.
I know it was enough for the time frame that I had,
Yeah.
but I would have loved to have had the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to wait a few weeks to then get the last of it.
Because
But no, really good.
last time
Enjoyed
I
them.
binged it, I was on my way to Egypt and I binged it on the plane. And every afternoon, evening in Egypt, I was binging it again.
Nice. Yeah, it
So,
was good. It was good.
because even
I
like
enjoyed it.
Invincible's come out as well this week, last week, and I'm not touching it. I'm like, no, let all the episodes come out first, and then I can do it then. I just don't want to like tease myself with little bits and be like, get that annoying, like, "Okay, give me more." So they only give you like 5, 6 episodes, and they're like, oh, wait, hang around for next year, for next season. I'm like,
You're
I
like,
don't know if I'm gonna be
yeah.
here.
I think that's why I'm feeling very lucky that I've got so much Criminal Minds to get through because
Yeah,
I've always got something that I'm going to enjoy.
yeah.
My little 3 are finished, but yeah, very good. I also did the new season of the Unforgotten,
Okay,
which is normally like 6-part detective dramas about old cases.
okay,
So people that have died a long time ago that suddenly get discovered, and then they've got to obviously go and do the thing.
yeah,
But it's got really nice underlying stories about the cops and their kind of private lives as well.
okay,
Little 6-parter, but yeah, I really enjoyed that. It was another good one.
okay, cool. New Spider-Man, the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man cartoon out on Disney. Uh,
Oh,
it's quite cool. It's set with him going to college and he's just got his powers. Yeah, it's quite interesting. I've done 3 episodes and I'm enjoying it so far.
oh, good. So kind of like, yeah, like his sort of first,
First year in college, yeah.
yeah,
So I
getting used
don't,
to the noise, like the sound,
yeah,
and
yeah. No, it's really cool. So because we're having technical difficulties, what we're going to do, we're going to finish off with a small game. All right, and I'm going to do it for you today, and it's called blind ranking. So I'm going to give you five movies.
Okay,
All right. They are the
I'm
only
gonna write them
category
down.
I give you. No, you can't write them down.
I think I'll forget.
All right. All right. What I'll do, I'm going to give you one from the 80s, one from the 90s, one from the 2000s, 2010s, and within the last 5 years.
Okay.
So you're going to rank them. I'm going to give you one of them. You're going to be like, okay, I'll place that at number four for now. And then I'll read the other ones, and you have to place them in
Okay.
different spaces. Okay, but you're gonna get one at a time. So I'm gonna read out one, and you give it a number.
Okay.
All right. So the first one, and guys, do this at home. Star Wars Episode 7, Force Awakens.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're not doing them in order from 80s to
No, I was gonna do that, but I thought no, let me change it up a little bit.
Okay, well, I enjoyed Force Awakens. But you haven't picked my favorite Star Wars movie. So,
Okay.
and you're not going to put two Star Wars films in there. So I think I'm going to go number four.
Number four. Okay. All right. So next one, Jumanji.
Oh God, the original.
Yeah. I remember what you said ages ago. You're like, the music is just terrifying.
Mate, that's still what I think about when I think about the first one. But I did go sit with my dad, which was quite sweet. That was but it did scare me. It was quite intense. However, when a movie makes you feel something, they've done a good job as far
Yeah.
as I'm concerned. Oh, I don't know. When I watched the original, I'd probably watch the Rock ones more than the
Yeah.
original.
Yeah.
Mm. It was such a massive film, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I would watch Force Awakens over Jumanji, so I'll put it at five.
Okay. Fine. All right. Next one. The Breakfast Club.
Oh, oh my God. How are you going to better that? So that's a film my sister and I will
I
have
know.
watched
I
hundreds of
know. I
times.
know. So I tried to tailor it to what would Debs watch and like let's see.
And it forms a part of one, like I love the Pitch Perfect series, right? I love
Yeah.
it. The first one is my absolute favorite.
Yeah.
And obviously the whole thing with Jesse and her doing it because he that movie is in the movie.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna be bold
Yeah.
and go number one.
Okay. Next one. Ocean's 11.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, okay. I like Ocean's 11.
Hmm.
I really like Ocean's 11,
Okay.
actually. Yeah, no, and I've seen it many times, and I love all of them in it.
Yeah.
Um, I love how clever it is. I love the tension between him and her,
Yeah.
that they get one over on him. Oh, okay, I'd be happy with that three.
That's three. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good one.
You've done this very well, actually, I'd say. Last and the final film, Arthur the King.
Oh, I have done this
You've done it
well.
really well.
Because I literally told somebody to watch that like 2 weeks ago. So
Yeah.
um, one of my lovely friends from work, she's got a whip, like a little whippet,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Oh, I don't know what to watch tonight." And we'd been talking about dogs, and I was like, we'd obviously said you can never ever watch Marley and Me ever again in the history of the world. And
Yeah.
she's like, I can't watch movies with dogs in or animals in because, and I'm like, you can.
Yeah.
There is one, and even when you get really stressed about it, I promise you it'll be okay without ruining it because I
Yeah.
want you to watch it. Oh, I love it. And that's a really good number two.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to go through films. I thought, what did we watch? And then see if I can shake it up. And you've actually picked it out really conservatively well. So obviously number one, you put Breakfast Club. Number
Yeah.
two, you've got Arthur the King.
Love it.
Number three, Ocean's 11. Number four, episode seven, Force Awakens. And number five, Jumanji.
Yeah. Oh, that was good. It's so interesting because I,
Not knowing what's going to be next.
yeah, exactly. I have no idea, especially when you're mixing up the
Yeah,
decades.
yeah.
That's so good. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna have my work cut out for me to make sure yours is true.
All right. So we'll leave it there, guys. Nick, we want to know your order. Don't cheat.
Mm.
All right. Just put it away. In fact, you should test her and then see where she puts them
Yes,
prior
before
prior
this.
prior to watching the episode.
Yeah, yeah. Did I tell you that her partner Aid got every single one of those?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every single one, even the weird
Yeah.
Jesse Outlaw Jones or something.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I know, amazing.
All right. So we'll wrap it there. Everyone, thanks for joining us. We'll be back again for another one. We'll see you soon. Everyone be good. And if you can't be good, be the best at being bad. Bye bye.